welcome back to my channel Endless Pages, and welcome to today's video, which is a 10 before the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the kind of, I think it's a TikTok trend. I could be wrong. I don't think I've seen heaps on BookTok. It's kind of a BookTok trend of 10 books that you must read before the end of 2026. Excuse my voice if I sound a bit crazy. I have been sick as a dog. This is the first day that I have been functioning and back at work, so I still sound a bit nasally and yucky, so I apologise if there's lots of cuts in this video because I'm probably sneezing and coughing my way through filming, so apologies for sounding like this. I'm really excited to make this video as well because I think it'll be beneficial for both myself and you guys because as you might know if you've watched my videos before, I am a crazy mood reader. As I'm filming this video, I'm reading 6 books at the same time. I keep jumping back and forth. So I'm a major mood reader, but I still make TBRs. I don't know. Make it make sense. So I feel like I keep putting the same books on my TBRs over and over and over. Some of these I think have been on like more than 10 TBRs. So I think it'll be beneficial for you guys as well, so you can finally stop seeing me talk about the same books over and over and actually finish some books for once. My throat is still sore, so let's get through this quite quickly. Book number 1, we have A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is the third and final book in the Darker Shades of Magic trilogy. This is a fantasy trilogy. We follow Kel, who has this ability to jump between all of these different alternative Londons. So we have like, I think there's like Red London, which has magic. Then there's like White London, Grey London. I think Grey London doesn't have magic. And then there's Black London, but we don't talk about Black London, like some shit went down there. So Kel can jump between the Londons and kind of acts as a way to have the different Londons kind of communicate with one another. Kel is also a bit of a klepto and kind of takes stuff he's not meant to take from the different Londons and brings them into the other Londons. This gets him in a little bit of trouble when this woman called Delilah robs him, but then he ends up working with Delilah to, I don't know, save the world, save the Londons. Your typical fantasy plot, perilous magic is afoot. So they have to stay together, work together to save all the different Londons. I have said this a million times, if it's a hardback, it is a TBR vet. It is old. I remember buying these books when I met V.E. Schwab years ago. So this is a really old book on my TBR. Also, how hard is it to read a fucking trilogy? It's 3 books. It's not that hard to finish the series. This is not a 10-book series. And when I read book 1 and 2, I remember absolutely flying through them, absolutely adoring the books, thinking they were fantastic, thinking the magic system was really unique and cool, loving the writing. I have said many times on this channel, me and V. Schwab kind of have beef now in terms of her modern stuff. I can't seem to get into any of it. So I wonder if when I reread book 1 and book 2 in this series to finish this one, will I still like the writing, or will I realise that maybe I don't like their writing anymore? So it'll be really interesting to go back and read this series and see if it still stands up. Or if I just don't like their writing anymore. Next up we have Ithaca by Claire North. This is a Greek mythology retelling of Penelope from the Odyssey. This is on my list because I'm in such a Greek mythology mood after watching the Odyssey recently in cinemas and really loving it. And I'm currently rereading the Percy Jackson series as well. So I feel like I'm in a complete Greek mythology retelling mood. So this follows Penelope, who is known as the wife of Odysseus from Homer's Odysseus, if you didn't know. So this is a kind of retelling of the Odyssey, I guess, in a way. So yeah, she is, if you don't know the story of the Odyssey, I don't really know it that well, but I'm trying to explain it to you now. So Penelope is Odysseus' wife, and Odysseus gets sent out to war, and for 10 years after the end of the war hasn't returned home, and no one's really heard of what happened to him. A lot of people just assume he's dead. And there is a bunch of suitors lining up to marry Penelope and get her to hurry up, move on, give up on her husband and marry them. I'm really excited to read this. Like I said, I loved the Odyssey. I really enjoyed the story, but I am very much looking forward to seeing how this is retold from obviously a female perspective and from Odysseus's wife's perspective as well. She didn't, I mean, she got a little bit of a part in the book, in the movie. I don't know about the book, I haven't read the Odyssey and I never will, but in the movie she didn't have that much of a voice. So I love rereading these Greek myths that have a female voice. I always find that I really enjoy them, so hopefully I enjoy this one too. Next up we have The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. So this author is the author of The Night Circus, which I can confidently say is one of my favourite books of all time. I don't think I talk about it enough on this channel or at all, but yeah, one of my favourite books, The Night Circus. And this is their other book that I've never read, but sounds so good and so up my alley. And again, it is a I just hit myself in the head with the book. This is a TBR vet. This is like maybe one of the oldest ones on my TBR. Let me just read you the blurb because I can't sum this up. So when Zachary Warland stumbles across a strange book hidden in his university library, it leads him on a quest unlike any other. Its pages entrance him with their tales of love-lorn prisoners, lost cities, and nameless acolytes. But they also contain something impossible, a recollection from his childhood. Determined to solve the puzzle of the book, Zachary follows the clues he finds on the cover: a bee, a key, and a sword. They guide him to a masquerade ball, to a dangerous secret club, and finally through a magical doorway created by fierce and mysterious Mirabelle. This door leads to a subterranean labyrinth filled with stories hidden far beneath the surface of the earth. When the labyrinth is threatened, Zachary must race with Mirabelle and Dorian, a handsome barefoot man with shifting alliances, through its twisting tunnels and crowded ballrooms, searching for the end of his story. You are invited to join Zachary on the Starless Sea, the home of storytellers, story lovers, and those who will protect our stories at all costs. Doesn't this just sound like absolutely incredible? And I know their writing is just fantastic from The Night Circus. It was so beautiful, so lyrical. Like, I loved that book. Also, this book is just like freaking stunning. So I feel like I'm confidently going to love this book. I can confidently say I will probably more than likely just absolutely adore this book. And why I haven't read it yet, I couldn't tell you. Next up we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first of a series. This is like, I want to say dark academia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's dark academia fantasy. This follows Alex, and Alex is attending Yale University, I believe, and she's a sole survivor of a horrific unsolved crime. And then she gets given this task to kind of observe and watch over all the weird shit from the secret societies that are in Yale University. And then this young girl is murdered, and the police kind of wrap it up quickly, but Alex doesn't believe what they said happened. Like, she doesn't think that's what happened to this young girl. So I think she just starts investigating the crime herself, I assume. And then I think there's a little bit of magic and dark shit going on as well. Explained very well there. I don't know how I get along with school or university settings anymore. I mean, university settings I'd probably get more than school settings at this point in my age, but I don't know, I don't really love academia kind of books, especially in uni settings. I haven't found one that I've quite enjoyed, so that's kind of put me off reading this. However, it is Leigh Bardugo, so I've got to give it a chance. Like, I could love it. Next up we have a science fiction, which is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. This is a science fiction and I think a climate fiction book as well. I don't really know how to explain the plot of this one, so let's just read the blurb. So, this is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with a great red rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and a long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon and where there is no mercy. So I think basically the world's ending and we follow the mother that's trying to find her daughter at the same time. I've heard nothing but absolute praise for this book. I do think the writing style is like a little bit above my intelligence level, so I think that's where I'll struggle with it a little bit. But I think if I just take my time, and if this is the only book I'm reading at that time, not mood reading it with 6 other books, that I'll have a fair chance of really enjoying this book. Next up we have The Dream Thieves. This is book 2 of the Raven Cycle, first book being The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. So honestly, the reason this book is on the list is because I am sick of looking at it. Like, I'm sick of seeing this on my shelf, knowing that I've never continued on with this series. Yeah, it's annoying me, if that makes sense. Book 1 of this series follows Blue, and Blue's mum is clairvoyant, and her mum has told her that she will be the one to cause her true love to die. And then she meets this guy called Gainsey, I think how you say his name, and he's from this like rich private boys school, and she kind of gets entangled up with him and his like found family group of guy friends, and they are on some quest together, if I'm remembering correctly, to find like some long dead king. I honestly don't remember much of this book. I remember enjoying it, so I'm definitely gonna have to reread this before I continue on with the series, but I obviously enjoyed it because I didn't unhaul it, but it was read a while ago, so I am finding that a lot of books I read a while ago I reread and don't like so much, so my taste could have changed, that I just end up not liking this series, but I hope I do, because I feel like it's kind of a classic, well-loved series, so yeah, we'll give it a go and see if I still enjoy it. Next up we have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is a beloved science fiction book. I'm so excited to read this book. We follow Rosemary, who joins the crew of the Wayfarer, and they're given a mission to build a hyperspace tunnel. And I think it's just kind of about the dynamics on the ship. There's a bunch of different species. Lots of the crew members, including Rosemary, have a bunch of kind of secrets, and they have to kind of survive each other and survive the dangers of a long trip through war-torn space. Next up we have maybe my most anticipated book on this list, to be honest, and that is The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. So I read this ages ago for a chapter challenge, which I'll pop up in the cards, and was like, oh my god, this writing is fantastic. First chapter, fantastic. I was so pulled into the story, and that was ages ago and never picked it up since. But now is the time, because I have been, every time I've been like, what am I going to read next? I'm like, oh, I really want to read The Ruin of Kings, but something's gotten in the way, or I've read something for a vlog, or not that I post many vlogs, a lot of scrapped vlogs. Or, you know, like, I've made a TBR and haven't been able to fit it in. I've been focusing on other series. But no, I want to read this book so badly. So this is a fantasy, I believe. I'm going to say it's a fantasy with a dragon on the front. When destiny calls, there's no fighting back. As a bard's apprentice, Kieran grew up on heroic tales. Yet he also steals, desperate to escape Kor's slums. And when he raids the wrong house, he's marked by a demon, and life will never be the same again. Kieran's plight attracts royalty, who claim him as their immortal heir's lost son. However, far away from living the dream, he's embroiled in his new family's ruthless schemes. Escaping just makes matters worse, as he is horrified to discover he features in an ancient prophecy. Fuck yeah, that sounds so up my alley. Every side, from gods to demons to dragons, wants him as their pawn. And maybe he isn't even the hero, for he's not destined to save the Empire, he's destined to destroy it. I don't know why I love a book where the main character is destined to destroy the world. I eat that shit up. All I can say is I am so keen to read this book, and it's so tempting to just drop everything I'm reading right now and just read this, because, yeah. I hope I don't hate this, because I've been hyping this up in my mind so much. Next up we have The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reid. This is a fantasy inspired by Jewish mythology. We follow Aviki. Yeah. Aviki, she is in this little village, and she's the only one without power, and she's from an alleged, like, cursed bloodline. So when these group of, what are they called? Soldiers, they're called the Order of the Woodsman. They come to the village to pick a sacrifice. All of her fellow villagers are like, take Aviki. So then they're making their way to the capital where Aviki's going to be sacrificed, and who attacks them? Monsters attack them, and the only surviving soldier is this woodsman called Gasper, and he is a disgraced prince. And his brother has like trying to take the throne, I guess. And he wants to instigate like a very political kind of reign where he a reign of religious persecution and ethnic cleansing. So then Aviki and this Captain Gasper have to work together to stop the evil brother from taking over. And then I think maybe they start to have feelings for each other as well. I haven't really heard many reviews about this book, to be honest. I know Ava Reid is really popular, but I haven't really heard many thoughts about this one. So if anyone knows, please let me know. It's pretty much just on the list because, again, it's a TBR vet and I'm kind of sick of looking at it unread on my shelf. Last but definitely not least, we have The Principle of Moments by Esme Jamike Pearson. Look how freaking beautiful this cover is. It's absolutely stunning. So I believe this is like a queer space opera. I'm going to read the blurb because I'm not even going to try and explain this plot. I'm not going to do a very good job. The year is 6066. In Emperor Tarkin's brave new galaxy, humans are not citizens but indentured labourers, working to repay the debt they unwittingly incurred when they settled on the planet Garan, a desert planet already owned by the Emperor himself. Asha knows she's just another voiceless cog working on the assembly lines that fuel his vast imperial war machine. Her only rebellion, studying stolen aeronautics manuals in the dead of night. But then a cloak stranger arrives to deliver an impossible message, and her life changes in an instant. Then back in 1812, we follow Obi, who is done with time travelling. Never mind the fact he doesn't know how to cure himself of the temporal sickness he caught while anchoring his soul to Regency London, the one that unmakes him further with every jump. Or if the prince he loves will ever love him back. Or why his father disappeared. He is done. Until he hears about the ghost of a girl in the British Museum, a girl from another time. When Obi's path tangles with Asha's, and a prophecy awakens in the cold darkness of space, they must voyage through the stars, racing against time, tyranny, and the legacy of three heroes from an ancient religion who may be awakening, reincarnated in ways beyond comprehension. This sounds incredible. One is a space opera, we've got queer rep, we've got tyranny, we've got time travel, we've got romance. Like, this sounds just absolutely incredible. I saw, this was one that I just picked up at the bookshop without knowing much about it because I saw the cover and the cover just pulled me in. I think I was destined to pick up this book. I think it was calling to me because once I read the blurb, I was like, holy shit, this sounds so up my alley. It was an instant buy. So this sounds like a great fun time and I'm just so keen to really enjoy a space opera. I feel like I haven't read a space opera in so long and I'm missing the genre, so I'm very keen. And that is my list of 10 before the end. I have definitely made my throat much more sore again. It was finally starting to go away, but I can feel it. It's more sore now, so I hope this video was entertaining to you at least, because my throat hurts. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of my list? Do you think it's an interesting mix of books? Are you glad that you'll stop hearing me talk about these books and putting them on TBRs? And if you were to create your own 10 before the end, what are some of the books that you would put on that list? Thank you so much for watching again. Give this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you would like to see more of my content. I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!